And welcome back to another Linux Gamecast Weekly, the show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. I'm Ben, that's Jordan, and that's you watching us live over here on Twitch. Together, we like to call you Shot Realm Dynamic, helping us form. You know him, you love him, Cocaine Voltron. Now, in the pre-show, I was holding up this controller, which is plugged in. I don't think I've ever plugged this in because you know what? Oh, you know what? I have plugged this in because when I first bought it, I'm like, cool, I can charge the batteries. Everybody's like, no, you can't.
Because it's just double A's.
Yeah, but that would be such a useful feature. But
what? Yeah, you know what? That is a fair point. Like, especially with like the Steam controller, why can't you just fucking charge your rechargeable batteries over the fucking thing, right? Like, that shouldn't be too hard to set up.
You'd have to add, you know, an extra buck or two of like hardware in there for a charge controller, but no, it would not be hard to set up because you're dealing with such a low voltage, like 5 volt, like
yeah.
You don't have to worry about things exploding, alkaline and or nickel metal hydride.
Yeah, and then if the batteries die, you just pop them out and replace them, right? And then you don't have to get an entirely new controller,
especially
which is
with the
why
Steam
they
controller.
don't do that.
No, the Steam controller, that would have been like, those are your forever batteries. I'm not fighting you. Because the only reason you take those batteries out is because you need them for something, man.
RIP your thumbs, or if you have like metal thumbs.
You know, I've worn this one down to where I can get the one on the left side out with my thumb. And now this is after mangling my thumbnail up too, but it is possible. It was just a little mission. Xbox One controller, talked about it on the show, plugged it in, didn't work great with Hollow Knight, found out that there were some drivers issues, you know, with the wireless bits on it, the Bluetooth. Found out the Expando driver. It worked great under Linux. Fixed most of my issues. Jordan didn't have great luck because of the Bluetooth adapter. But I'm on the search for took care of the button presses, lower latency. I've resorted to plugging this thing in, which it's not plugged in right now because this is the second cable I've had for it. Why? Because I ripped the first cable apart because I've never had it plugged in, and I got done playing and I immediately went to go put it in its normal home, and it went right. Unfortunately, it didn't rip the USB connector out of the PC, but
I've had that happen to me, and that is the worst fucking feeling in the world. You're just like, oh wait, that USB port looks a little darker than usual. Oh
no. And you don't want to rip out your front panel USB ports, man.
Yeah, that was the one that got ripped out. That's yeah.
They're not in there that well either, man.
Yeah.
So
it's like, well, bye front-facing USB ports. We're not using you anymore.
Dude. Had a fun time. Still having fun with Hollow Knight. Didn't get much time this week to put into it. But I think Sunday, I made myself sit down and do one of those things, like doing something you didn't like. I got to the end of that Act 1. I beat that boss. It took me like 2 afternoons of doing nothing like that. Hated every moment of it. But it was one of those things I just needed to do for myself. I pulled it off, so I'll pat myself on the back for that. That got done, man. What else? Playing around with the NAS. Got that Zima NAS. Might be getting another Zima NAS.
That sounds like a euphemism for something, honestly.
I mean,
because like I don't know. When you say Zima, my brain just like jumps to the alcohol, right?
Well, I can say I know what really warm Zima smells like now. Yeah.
Nice.
So maybe there might be something about second Zima. We'll have to see about that in the pre-show. I also talk about another...
Or do you switch to Jaeger at that point?
I would buy the fuck out of a mini PC called Jaeger, dude. What are you talking about?
The Jaeger board?
The Jaeger board? I'm like, yeah, Jaeger just works, man. Like, I mean, immediately I go to Atlantic Rim. Yeah. Great movie. But yeah, I've been playing around with that. Learning a little bit about network attached storage, which I'm horribly uneducated about, but I'm trying to fix that. So yeah, there's that, man. How about you, man?
It's been pretty low key, just trying to keep everything under control. Child is still drugged up actually he's weaned off the drugs. So I don't have to stay up until midnight to administer drugs to a drugged up child anymore.
They want to let you do the blowgun?
I wish. Like, see, like, and that's the thing too. Like, I imagine a blowgun's actually super hard to aim, so I'd want to get real good at like practicing too, just so you can get the. Because like, you don't want to take too much time to like line up the shot. You just want to go And
yeah,
then,
but then it would be like, oh, what, like that? You're like, don't worry, that one didn't have anything in it. I was just practicing. Yeah.
That one was just a thumbtack. Don't worry. No, so I started on Marvel's Midnight Suns. I got the itch to play some shit on my Steam Deck. So I installed that, and yeah, the game's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it so far. It is definitely not XCOM. The movement in it is kind of weird. The comparison I would make, and this is real out of left field, but there was a game on the Nintendo 3DS called Dragon Ball Z Fusions. And the whole point of it was that like it took place in like the Dragon Ball Heroes continuity. And it was like a tactics game where you could like fuse your different like Z fighters together, and you could like recruit different ones and fuse them together, and there was like a 5-way fusion technique and stuff. But like the way the movement and positioning worked in that game is very, very similar to how it works in Midnight Suns. Yes, this is the game. Because like it's like the game really cares about positioning, but it doesn't give you a lot of good tools to deal with positioning. And like you want to like eventually you want to like knock the enemies into your allies so you can like combo off on them because you get like extra attacks and stuff.
Bro, did you ever do this?
No, I didn't even know that was the thing.
Yeah, you could take a photo and you could fuse with your friend.
Oh, and you know, because the 3DS had like the 2 cameras, right? So it would like do the
I had like a face shot and a picture of my foot or something like that. Go for it.
Oh, I thought that sentence was going to end very differently. But no, I'm enjoying Midnight Suns. The character bits are fine. I enjoy listening to Iron Man and Doctor Strange bicker like the old married couple in the Demon Forge. Blade's crush on Captain Marvel is hilarious.
Is voice it's got like voice acted stuff in it?
Yeah, it's all fully voice acted. Like the writing
did they look right?
Yes, it is all like very comic accurate. Like there's the last boss fight I did was Sabretooth, and he looks like comic Sabretooth with like the big bushy like collar thing. The writing kind of reminds me of like Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the cartoon from the early 2000s. And it's like I had an itch for some like superhero stuff, and nothing's really out that like scratches it. And this has been like a solid substitute. Also, like the missions are really short. It's like 15 minutes per, so you can knock them out really good on the Steam Deck.
Is it like online competitive or just like all single player?
No. It's all PvE. And like you have like all the various heroes, and you pick 3 for a mission, and then that is your deck. And each hero has like a subset of like cards, and you can like upgrade them and swap them out, and yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I think like once we're done here, I'm gonna go up and play some fucking more Midnight Suns because I'm just enjoying it.
Does it work on mobile?
No, I don't think so.
Right.
I mean, did they ever port like XCOM to Android?
I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a mobile version of XCOM, would you?
Well, yeah. Well, not like when you say mobile version, you mean like not like a Hitman Go style mobile version. You mean like an actual like port of the
something? Yeah, vaguely. Enemy Unknown. Oh, they are available on iOS and Android. XCOM 2 Collection and XCOM.
Okay, so I guess theoretically you could run it on a tablet. Yeah.
Pretty wild. Yeah. All right.
You can't run on a tablet though.
Okay, what?
The horse?
Okay, sure.
I mean, you can't sideload apps anymore on Android.
You ever try to feed a horse a tablet?
I mean, rectally, yeah. But it's the Steam update. It's coming, you guys. Oh my god.
Yeah, you take this one.
Yeah. So, maybe not. So, PCGamer.com had a little bit of an article they put out. Wes Fenlon, I was about to call him Fenton, it's Fenlon, had a bit of an article saying, oh, the Valve rumor mill going over into overdrive Guaranteed. As VR influencers are going to Seattle to go demo the Steam frame. And their source was a Reddit thread that I decided to check in today. And that thread is now listed as false. Dun, dun, dun. And I was talking to Ben about this before we went live, and it's like, oh yeah, well, what does the thread actually say? And it ends with more opium, and it's like, yeah, no, it was bullshit. So the thing was, supposedly, The last time Valve did a big VR announcement, it was on the heels of a Facebook one, and they thought, oh, Facebook is doing a big announcement. Valve is going to do the same thing. They're bringing a bunch of VR people are coming to Seattle. They're going to be in and around Valve HQ. Maybe something is happening. Seems like something could be happening. Something's totally happening, you guys. Turns out nothing is happening. And it turns, and like, I don't know, maybe it was a bit of the a bit of like the Schadenfreude, where it's like where Meta really didn't need Valve to spoil their demo. They did a perfectly good job fucking that up themselves.
What happened with it? I saw people. Was it like their glasses or something like that?
There was the glasses, and then there was like the AI like voice companion, like a computer, give me this XYZ. Yeah. And the guy was like, computer, how do I make salsa? And the guy's like, and the AI's like, now that you've mixed all the ingredients. And like he's like, but how do I make the salsa? Well, you've mixed all the ingredients. Oh, the Wi-Fi's not working. Like it was fucking comical, man.
Good demo, Phil. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Always good. Yeah. There's people really just want some news, right? Valve is tight-lipped as they always are because I think,
man, what it is,
they enjoy watching the rats run around in the maze, right? They like the hamsters spinning on the wheels.
Either that, or they're just don't concern themselves with like the peasants, right? You're like, well, whatever.
I mean, yeah, that's the real answer for sure. But
I mean, somebody there could be like,
yeah. No, I imagine there's definitely someone going like, look at these dummies.
F-Lit 3, 80 minute now. Hey,
yeah, turns out Brad Lynch is just like an alias of some fucking Valve employee who's just like been trolling us the entire goddamn time.
He works for Big Gaben.
Yeah. It is just Gabe. He's just like sitting at his fucking computer going, oh, these assholes will believe anything.
All right, okay, apparently Gabe still like regularly plays Dota 2.
Okay.
And he did an interview with somebody, I don't know if it was last week, maybe the week before, and I was reading through the interview, and he was like, yeah, constantly people just like cuss me out and tell me I don't know how to play the game and all that, and they have no idea, so I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. VR.
Well, I guess the question is, how bad does Gabe suck at Dota 2, though?
You're trash, man. You're trash.
They could be rightfully calling him shit. Who knows?
Is there any game where you can, to bring up, like, to hit this topic right here, like, whenever they released the first Valve headset, or it might have been the second gen one, they brought people like Linus from Linus Tech Tips and like the Norm from the Adam Savage Project.
There were two, yeah. There's the Vive and the Index. My God, yeah. I completely like erased one of those from my brain or merged them together.
You pay about as much attention to VR as I do. I mean, it exists. We're aware of it. We know people with them, but not. Yeah. And that's what they were originally rolling with. And I'm like, this completely sounds plausible. Early enough, I could see, mix in a little bit of hopium. I'm like, well, if this is the case, we're probably only about like a week away, because this is all agitated by Valve's working on something right now. Like, there's no denying that.
Well, yeah, they're updating those Portal PNGs, right? Like,
well, that comes back to the sadistic fuck portion of like, maybe there's somebody at Valve is like, you know what, I'm going to change the transparency layer and like see if they notice that. Like, oh, they did. Look at them. They noticed that.
Look at them go.
I'm going to add a comma.
Yeah.
People are data mining that, but man, this one. If all the rumors play out, the work that we've seen being done with ARM, with Proton.
Waydroid effects, yeah.
Yeah, all signs point to like a self-contained ARM-powered unit. So like it at least will have my attention for that. And we're just going to have to wait a little bit longer. Go play Silksong, or maybe Chrono Gear, the new Dawn, man.
Chronos The New Dawn. Chrono Gear is the other Chrono-related game that we're talking about. But this one's kind of neat.
It's the Warden of Time, dude. Now, I
thought we were doing Cronos The New Dawn.
Oh, hang on.
There are two. Yeah, they're very
dude. For some reason,
they are very similarly named. I know.
How did that not? All right, whatever. Now we're doing Cronos The New Dawn.
Yeah, we're talking about this shit, man. Fuck that anime nonsense.
This is something I didn't know. I knew about, but okay, how do I put this together correctly? I watched Co Carnage, who's a longtime Twitch streamer, and he like starts at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll put him on the background sometimes when I'm getting, checking emails and shit like that. He was playing this, and this started doing like the environments with the levels and stuff. And there's no explanation about the cat in the damn game at all. It's in there, but everybody's like, "Why? What's this cat up to?" But the environment is like doing flips and stuff from Inception. I'm like, this is weird. What's going on? And what's the sales pitch? Survive the brutal wastelands of the future, nightmarish merging creatures. Yeah, radioactive apocalyptic things are wiping out humanity. But you get on a diving bell suit and you're going to run around and take care of business. So yeah, there you go. I didn't know, and I never thought to look, that they made a fucking Linux build of this.
Yeah.
We were discussing that earlier on. Like, yeah, it's an Unreal Engine 5 game, but if we go all the way down here to the bottom, we got to keep going.
Scroll past the AI summary, past the...
Yeah, right. x64 Linux, man. Linux compatible audio device. Like, you need at least a 1080 to get it playing and a 3080 if you want to play it.
Well, yeah.
Or an ARC B580. Look at that. Allows for gameplay. Wow, at 1080p. You know what?
Oh yeah, try running this one on your Steam Deck. Yeah, get 100 frames a second on it. No, but this is kind of neat. I get a lot of like Returnal vibes from it because it's very much like sort of psychological horror, soul, like not like Dark Souls, but like actual like soul as like a medium or supernatural entity thing where you have to like go collect them, and like the whole notion of like you have limited ammo. And if you kill enemies and you leave them alone for too long, they merge into bigger enemies. So you have to burn the bodies. And that's like an interesting new dimension to like the survival horror mechanic of like Resident Evil had you do that a little bit, but like the zombies would just come back. They wouldn't, or they wouldn't like merge into a much bigger, scarier thing.
I think this one's got some Resident Evil vibes. And like one of the catches in this, now I'm remembering now that you're talking about gameplay, they found a way to capture the soul.
Yes. Yeah, and like you're going based on the I watched the trailer and I read through the whole gameplay description thing. So the gist of it is like you're being sent back in time to capture souls of people who have died in the apocalypse to bring them back to the future so you can like use their knowledge for other stuff. And there's like weird combining monsters and apocalypse and stuff.
Literally, yeah. At least I didn't wake up. Yeah, go ahead.
It seems like a cool like semi-original horror concept, and like FPS and Bloober Team isn't really a combo that I would expect because like they did Observer, they did Layers of Fear, they did a lot of like cinematic style like walking games, investigation games, like survival horror in the sense of like you're not fighting people. This is I think the first game they're doing where you're actually like getting into firefights, so they're branching out. And
it is a bit, to the Resident Evil thing. It's a bit Resident Evil paced. It's not like, but when shit breaks loose, it does. So, well, yeah, good on them. I'm curious how the Unreal Engine 5 build runs, and that
on Linux especially, yeah.
I'd like to, see that A/B comparison between that and like running it with Proton, like because it's always good to see. At least we can be assured cross-platform with Unreal Engine 5 is it's going to run like shit, but that's just Unreal Engine 5. That's something people have come to.
You just need to get a better computer, right? That's what Randy Pitchford said.
What do we think of that breakdown this week, dude? Like, Randy, bro.
Randy Bobandy.
Randy just had to go full Randy mode. He just enough people were just dealing with it. They were dealing with their premium gaming experience at $70. Like they were premium gamers now. They bought into it. And I'm like, okay. Dude shows up on Twitter and he's like, man, these performance issues are completely overblown. Like this game's running like ass on PlayStation 5s too. This is not a PC exclusive. We didn't get that. And I was talking about it last week. Dude was running it on a 4090 in order to get up to 60 FPS, had to enable FrameGen. And Randy's over here living in like 2016 or whatever year Twitch launched. Like you just couldn't go on Twitch right now and like watch 100 people start playing it, and most of them are struggling. Like there's performance issues in the game, homie. Like leave that alone. Then he also said he's doing tech support himself.
Yeah, sure. Right.
Yeah.
Just assign those tickets to Randy, you guys. He'll clear them out. He's great at them.
I don't know, man.
All right. Well, speaking of, I guess, another game from Bloober Team, in a bit of a like very, very opposite visual style, Chrono Gear Warden of Time. Yeah, so it is a side-scrolling action platformer, and is in no way related to Chronos the New Dawn, or Chrono Trigger, or Chrono Cross for that matter, or New Dawn for that matter. But what I did learn is what Oro Croni is? Crony? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right. And I've also developed more than a vague notion about HoloLive and their semi-permissive FanWorks license. But this is basically a game starring a VTuber, I guess a well-known celebrity VTuber.
This is based on a VTuber?
Yeah, this is 100% based on a VTuber. They say as much in the game description near the bottom. Yeah, and it is an action platformer with some time mechanics starring one of those things. I guess I don't know. Do VTubers count as people? What
it's epistemologically
like
you got to go ahead and clip that.
The
VTubers count as people, Jordan Swag.
Are they just anime? I don't know.
What caught my eye? Okay? I mean, it does a room spinning mechanic, like we've seen that done before, which is pretty neat.
Castlevania, yep.
But incredibly well done pixel art, because when I was just browsing through, because it's presented in 4:3 aspect ratio, which is like, that's a bold move, Crutton. But it looks the part. As long as it plays good, $17.99, it's not too much. Yeah, I didn't go as far to like it's based on a VTuber. Right.
Yes.
Pretty neat. Man, I still need to play Ninja Gaiden.
It's Vulcan based too, so fuck. Apparently.
That's pretty cool. I don't know, man. I'm platformed. I can't play platformers when I'm playing.
Well, you got the Silk Song, and that's like you're working on your sandwich already, right? Like you don't need another sandwich.
I mean, probably the only, like, in my scope of like, it would just be like playing. It'd be an inferior sandwich, Jordan. It would be the gas station sandwich at 11 p.m. Like trying to play anything else right now, even though like Hollow Knight, Silk Song's kicking my ass, everybody.
It's kicking everyone's ass apparently. So yeah.
Oh, it's hard, man. It's hard, but it's also, it's got that hook to it. I'm sure a bunch of people running like, I can kind of empathize now. I can kind of feel where some of the psychosis of FromSoft fans, like, I'm starting to feel you guys.
You're starting to develop the masochism.
Like, I kinda, in a very light sense, I feel like I'm cosplaying that. You know, I'm like,
well, that's how it starts, right? That's always.
I don't think it's going to get farther than that, because I'm not liking that part of it, man. I'm like, I get the reward, I get the feel. It feels good to get through a thing, but like that's not enough payoff for the time sink. Like I immediately go like, that shouldn't have taken that long. Like, and it's all about the run back for me. It's not the boss fights. Counter-Strike 2, 2 cases are free to open, but keeping skins will cost you. The FPS community is not thrilled with it. Valve literally reinvented gambling, Jordan. The industry literally have done it. What's going on? The latest CS2 update. What?
Ermagerd.
Well, there's a 4:3 monitor. Remember that?
I remember when Counter-Strike looked like that.
You know what? The only thing that sticks out in the entire shot to me, the omnipresent fucking desk mic. That, good God, that thing.
That Steam logo didn't used to be there either. So.
And pencil sharpener, man. I'm trying to think like the last time I saw a pencil sharpener. Damn. All right, old school. Rocket and rolling. The last update has something in it called Genesis Uplink Terminal. It shows you that instead of a loot box, which I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to argue against that. What it does is it's basically a terminal display that's going to show you like 5 skins, and you can buy them if you want, or you can decline them. But you can't go back. If you decide like, hey, I see this one, I want it, or I don't want it, I'm going to go back to this one. Nope, you can't go back. So you got to make your choice.
Yeah, I might want it. I don't know yet. Maybe if it had more anime waifu on it, I might instantly buy it.
Is there anything in the weapon skins have never done anything for me.
And I was talking with a buddy of mine yesterday about this because I'm like, because he used to be like really like competitive in Counter-Strike, and I was like, you like, what's your opinion on this? He's like, I don't know, I never really like cared about the skins. Like you would unlock them and you'd get them and you'd throw them on because it's like, hey, I'm gonna make my character look like this now because I unlocked XYZ, right? And it's less so more about like not. He was more engaged with like the actual like mechanics of Counter-Strike versus like how your character looks. But that's a vast minority of the player base now, right? A lot of the skins market is what's driving Counter-Strike these days.
You get the skins, it shows you that, and if you don't, you get like a couple of days, right, to decide whether you want to buy it. And it's not like, I think it's better than a loot box, but as they point out in the article, I see how that could get around some regulations and some of the European countries that are just like no loot boxes whatsoever.
Yeah, it's not gambling. You're getting a random list of things that you can buy.
Yeah, and it's showing you what you could buy. Like,
yes, and you have to decide then and there whether you want to buy it or just let it go.
What's next, Jordan? Can we ban FOMO in games? Because there is FOMO there of like, I gotta
100%. Yeah, because it's like, I kind of like this. What if the other ones are shit? I do want, if I'm determined to spend my money on a CS skin, then yeah, but that's the kind of whales that they want. I don't know. I say let it get worse and worse and worse until people just stop spending money on it. Just stop spending money on skins. You got to embrace your ugly free tier characters with the random shit that you unlock because those have actual character.
It'll get to the point where everybody's so kitted up. It probably is to the point right now to where if I walked into a game like that, I would intentionally only play with default skins to stand out,
Yeah. I mean, again, this is the whole Fortnite business model, right? Everyone is like a Goku or their favorite anime character. And if you're just like regular Fortnite chick, people are going to make fun of you. Supposedly. I don't know if people.
Well, what if you cut on voice chat, maybe?
Well, if you're turning on voice chat in Fortnite, you have other problems. But maybe you don't want to play Fortnite. Maybe you want to play another shooter that's actually a racing game built on top of a shooter.
We played this. Well, we tried to play it.
Yeah, we was reasonably successful. This is RingRacers. It is Dr. Robotnik's Sonic Kart Racers with the serial numbers filed off. Don't sue us, Sega, please. But they have a big new update. The big new feature here is proximity voice chat in race and battle mode, which is weird because I was thinking about this. They're like, maybe if you're neck and neck, you can get a little bit of shit talking done. Otherwise, you're just gonna get a cuss off, and that's about it. Maybe it's a more battle mode thing, but in the actual changelog, they're like, a 12-player net game with several players excited and loud can quickly become overwhelming. Conversely, being able to hear your victims scream in stereo as you drive past them is pretty funny. We think the latter is better as a default, I guess?
I mean, don't you want to be able to like blow by somebody? Like you're playing with your friends, obviously. Like this is a small open source. Yeah. Like there's not. Did you be able to like
not huge community servers, no ladders? Yeah.
The Doppler effect of like Konnichiwa bitches or something like that as you're going by. Like because like proximity chat is what made Lethal Company work.
But that was like very intrinsically tied to the gameplay itself, though.
So is screaming Konnichiwa bitches.
Sure. I mean, in Call of Duty, yeah. But like, so they have a couple other features that they're including as well. You can have 1,000 custom characters per install. So if you want to play, if you have a custom character you want to import, you might be able to do it. They also have teams mode in both racing and battle mode as well. So if you were a very bad driver, you can partner up with someone who's a much better driver than you, and maybe if they win, you will win. And also, they added a thing where if you hit your opponents with an items, you have a chance to steal them, and that's just gonna make people extra salty. 100%.
It's an interesting card game. Something we need. Maybe you didn't want to buy the new. Which apparently the new Sonic kart game that just got released is doing very well. People seem to like it. And I think a lot of that is just like a lot of people like hate buying that just to be like, we're not giving you $80 for another Mario Kart.
Yeah. I don't know. People were saying that new Mario Kart's pretty good, but yeah, you're paying $80 plus $700 for a Switch 2. So
did you hear Microsoft for the second time this year is raising the price?
They're jacking up the price of the Xbox.
Like the premium Xbox. Ogie was telling me last night it's gonna be like $800 US for a console that is not selling well to begin with, dude. Like that.
They got to make up the difference, right? Surely if they increase the price, they will be able to break even.
Well, $800. Something I ran into last night, everybody, when we were having this conversation. I'm like, that's a lot for a console. And I was like, that's almost one video card.
Almost.
Which, yeah, is true. I used video cards, people. RingRacers is pretty dope, man. The whole idea with proximity voice chat, I like the idea. Getting that, as long as it's easy to set up, it'd be fun to like scream around. As long as you can cut it off, there's no problem involved. Because, yeah, that's fun. It's an interesting project. And there's been like 2 more RCs since I posted this originally in the show notes. So keep an eye out for it. Last bit on the docket tonight.
Oh no.
Nvidia and Intel have been secretly working together behind the scenes for over a year to bring you Team Teal. Yeah.
Not Team Teal, unfortunately.
No. I had to look up that color, man. I'm, for somebody who works...
Aquamarine.
I was like, what is blue and green? And then it's like teal. I'm like, all right, sure. Yep. Normally I'm like, what is the hex code? I'm like, I don't know what the name is. Another one from Tom's Hardware. I thought this one was kind of wild, man. I didn't see this coming. So what are we talking about? Nvidia has bought $5 billion worth of Intel stock. No.
Billion. You got to do the pinky thing.
Billion, dude. That's a lot. They got to do something with that money, man. I mean, that's like 2 weeks worth of revenue for them. And
yeah, well, that's what, like 5 OpenAI queries?
Yeah. And Nvidia just doesn't have a CPU offering. They tried to buy ARM. They tried to get a CPU offering. They're like, no ARM for you, which is, let's face it, for the best, they didn't get a hold of ARM. And we're talking about their data center offerings here. Calm down, though. What I've seen, maybe it's just, for the clickbaits, for the headlines, like, what does this spell? And the reason I wanted to talk about it here. For Intel Arc GPUs, I don't think this is really going to affect anything because $5 billion, Intel's also not a small company. That only gets you 4% of Intel, which you don't get to, swing your big black leather jacket energy around when you only got 4%. So
it is a foot in the door, though. It is a leather shoe in the door.
It is. I don't think they're going to be able to dictate immediately direction on like ARC consumer GPUs, but
yeah, bodes well for Miss Rosenweig's new job, at least.
Yeah,
at least for the foreseeable future.
I could see Nvidia making some inroads and going, "Hey, how about y'all just make sure that you don't make any market disruptor cards, like releasing, the B590 with 128 gigs of RAM on it for like $1,000.
What if it's like, hey, what if we get CUDA on ARC? What if that's Nvidia's play?
Well, that's going to be the talk though, because like that's been mentioned in a couple of places, like work being done to have, you're going to have a CUDA on Intel silicon. It's going to be on
the shape of that silicon, though, is going to vary because they were talking about a few things in this article. There was the Nvidia, the Intel CPU, Nvidia GPU SoCs that they are supposedly making. So I guess I don't know. They want a slice of that game console market. They want to. This is their in. AMD has kind of sort of low-key been dominating the video game segment, right? Like the Xbox is an AMD chip, PlayStation's an AMD chip, Steam Deck's an AMD chip. None of the, like there is an Intel handheld, the MSI Claw. No one gives a shit about that except for me because it's the Claw. But so like maybe this is a way for both of them to get in there, but like also it's not going to be cheap. It's Intel and Nvidia, man. Both known for reasonable prices of their products.
Who remembers this?
This was the AMD Intel APU, right?
This unholy thing. Yeah.
Yes. Remember those? That went over super well.
They made this. And the one thing, the Intel NUC, there was one thing that had this in it. for like 10
Yep.
minutes. Like that's a collector's item right there, man.
Yep. I did not recognize it on site. I had to use context clues exclusively, but still. Yeah. Well, I don't think anyone fucking recognized that shit on site, honestly. Because
like that's like one of those chips. Like if I ran across like, a dead one on eBay for like $5, I'd buy it just to say I had one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not terribly interested in the performance and all that. But man, Intel's got to do something because, Battle Mage is all right, but like AMD's got them stomped in the iGPU market, especially with the new AI Max lineups. Mm-hmm. Those things are performing very close to like 4060s right now. Unfortunately, they got a price to match that. No. What you saying, Jordan? Is it going to be cheap? No. Is it even going to make its way down to like consumer level stuff that we can buy? Maybe laptops? Maybe at least the inroads are there. But the big takeaway I want everybody to have from this is don't worry about ARC. Like ARC will ARC itself without Nvidia's help there.
Yeah, the Intel management's doing everything they need to sabotage that one.
x86 RTX SoCs, they sound like fanfic. Even when I say that, that's why I put it in the notes. I'm like,
so many buzzwords. Yeah, like I wonder like how completely unpronounceable if they actually bring a product to market. How many like how long is that string gonna be of like
it's gonna be
Extreme NUC RTX whatever?
It's gonna be the Intel K7 Ti.
Yeah, Ti.
Super.
And then they released the 12 gig model. That's the non-Ti.
I don't know, man. It's a weird team up. Something we were talking about in the pre-show. Just getting maybe a little bit out of time, but I honestly, at the end of the day, I'm not like super optimistic about what the output of this is because it just reeks of consolidation, which is just going to make things more expensive. And yeah, maybe they got to do something with the x86 license. Can you imagine?
Well, so according to this article, Nvidia has not entirely gotten out of their CPU offerings. Like those Grace CPUs are still apparently coming out. They're still pushing forward. Like they don't own ARM, but they're still licensing a bunch of the CPU designs, and they're still cranking them out. So Nvidia really does want to get into that CPU market, and like
Nvidia's getting into it. They have to get into it. There's nowhere else to go, man. Right?
And this is just some like bet hedging, right? Like it's the bit from The Naked Gun where Leslie Nielsen is bribing the guy at the docks with $20, and then he turns around and bribes him back. Like that's what's happening. The money's just going between these two companies.
And Nvidia does need, they need access. Life gets a lot easier if you do have access to that x86 license, which I think this could also be a play here.
There's also some talk of getting access to Intel's fabs because they've already started using some of their fabs for some of their chips, and this may result in like an increased relationship between them. Yeah,
like we probably won't see anything come of this in like probably another like maybe 5 years. So whatever. And Nvidia is definitely going to be releasing their ARM CPUs just because like they're doing that, man. That's a real boy. That's a real thing.
And when you bring up the ARC thing too about like ARC is safe, companies are big, man. Departments make decisions without the say so of other departments. So again. Part of it might even be like, I don't know if the left hand necessarily knows what the right hand is doing. Or I guess the sleeve in this case, because it's Jensen's jacket.
Yeah, I think with like this, the big thing is like, I don't think ARC is safe. Before Nvidia,
just in general,
just in general, to be clear about that. But what I am saying is like, I don't think it's any less safe with anything involved with this. This is just like, we'll find out. We'll see. All right. Pretty short show this week, but not a lot of stuff happened, man. Like,
yeah,
that's the reality of it. But we got a little bit of hate mail coming in. You want to get in touch with us? You want to send us a message? Easiest way to do that is just leave a comment on the YouTube video, people. Or you can use no reply at LinuxGameCast.com, and that will go to the inbox. And two things we touched on last week was Silk Song and Fremont, which, like the VR headset is another thing we're waiting on that could materialize. Could not.
Well, one of the two isn't vaporware, as we found out. But this is from Baz, and they read in and say, "Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Then, as a gamer, quote unquote, I am a bit cranky because Team Cherry's never nerving. I think he's talking about nerfing, like nerf, as in like the foam, nerf, NERF. Silk Song, because a few gamers left a negative review for the game being too difficult. I want to earn my Steel Soul win, not get it without performing. Silk Song was balanced. The bosses were not unreasonably hard, and the prices of items were not too expensive unless you kept dying twice in a row, which is a skill issue, all one word, which you can fix with some practice. In regards to Fremont, it is a weird console for me unless this benchmark. A lot of the hardware was disabled. Only 4 cores and a tiny APU and a 4x4 CM2 socket. Is that what that's
CM squared, baby?
CM squared socket. I would love to see Valve launch a real console with a special motherboard, which is not limited to a 4x4 CM2 like the AM5 socket. Make CM squared. Make a console which performs around the same level as the current PS and Xbox. They could sell it enough that gaming on Linux works well in most cases. So this is the abridged version. This went on longer, or
thank you for writing in, Bass. All right.
Yeah.
Point to that. We got to be able to fit in the show. I took a knife to this, man.
Okay, yeah.
This is like abbreviated Cliff Notes version. So
sure.
Thank you for the long, detailed write-in. I'll touch on Silk Song. I'll disagree with you on things being too expensive. That is the most rent-seeking ass game. I've never been angrier. It starts hitting you even harder the further you go into it, and I've lost way more money than I even like.
You make it sound like you're talking about Balatro, man. Like,
dude, it's too close to like real life. How like you just always, all right, everybody. Here's the basic mechanic. You got rosaries, rosary beads, individual beads. That's your currency.
Mm-hmm.
You die, you get back, to your body. You can collect everything. You die before that happens. Well, you're just out. The way to keep your money is with rosaries, like actual bead rings, and
sure,
then you got to start stacking that. But there's systems like 2 or 3 in that huge world that you got to get to without dying, and like finance management becomes and then like a bench. Once you start getting later in the games, the benches are like, oh, you want a bench? Sure, insert some beads. I'm like, you asshole, what?
Oh man,
yeah, and
pay for checkpoints. That's rough.
It's gotten rough, man. But like I said last week, anybody's got a problem. Like they got to rebalance some things, and they're going to rebalance a lot of things. A lot of people forgot. I went and looked it up. There was over 20 patches done to Hollow Knight.
And with games like this too, with like super technical boss fights and like stuff like that, I do wonder the people who are actually testing might get a little too proficient compared to like the actual players, and so like the difficulty might be a little weird.
You're the playtester that's been grinding on this game for like 7 years, dude. You're like, yeah, that was too easy. You need to dial that one up a little bit.
Yeah. That one took me 5 minutes, no problem. Yeah, so like I can maybe see like, especially with like the boss balance, especially with the game like this. Yeah. There's definitely, we need to see how actual people deal with this so that we can like get some real user information to actually tune this.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that I don't like that they do is artificially inflate boss battle difficulty by like, here's the boss. Also, it's going to randomly and constantly spawn floaty bastards around it just to fuck with you, man. That is repeated way too many times. But yeah, powerful. Valve's got
dude, that reminds me of one of the minor annoying things about Midnight Suns is that every round after you end your turn, they just spawn more enemies. So like, so you have to do objectives. So like, yeah, at a certain point, like the screen just gets filled up, and you're just like, God damn. It's the worst.
Yeah. Is it? Well, I mean, one of the things like Hollow Knight, much like Dark Souls and, several other games, is even the most basic enemy. You get a little mob of 2 or 3 on you, they'll just kill you. They'll just kill you. There's no chill. There's no casual. And like,
yeah, even if you're max level, that just means you do a shit ton of damage. You're not like you're not safe.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
It keeps you on your toes, but I'm still enjoying it. I'm not like poo-pooing it, but yeah, there'll be balance changes. And like I said last week, there's mods to nerf like what you don't like. Like a lot of them now. It's already been out for like 3 weeks. Steam console,
Steam console, man.
They got to find the balance, man. Like they can't. They tried to make. They weren't even really that powerful. The Steam machines.
Yeah, and they were expensive as shit for what you got, right?
Right. Like they were not a good value.
Yeah, and so like I think this to like the limited hardware, like again, there is the price performance compromise, especially with stuff like Steam Deck. There's the power as well. Yes.
I just had an idea. What if Valve teamed up with Framework and used Framework components for their Steam machine?
See, that is a beautiful dream that will never come true because it's just too pure and good for this world. I would love a Framework Steam console. That would be so fucking cool. I would though, to be fair, given Valve's given like the output with like the Steam Deck, I would hope that like anything they do put out is like at least user serviceable. Not necessarily like taking stock components, but like you can open it up and like swap some shit out if you need, or like replace busted parts. Yeah,
if the prototype board that we were talking about last week is anything to like go off of, not having an iGPU, they're going to have to provide some type of GPU solution for it. So.
Or and like what if there's like the station and the headset and those are separate things, right? Like maybe they're like splitting the difference.
I still want it to be a dock for the VR headset. So if you stick your face into the dock.
No, what they need to do is they need to actually use the Intel plus Nvidia APUs to just make an x86 VR headset that just gets your face real fucking sweaty.
Maybe they could put like headphones on it, put the CPU like water jackets on the outside of that with radiators, so you could
you just look like Princess Leia.
Yeah.
VR headsets.
Slice your arms all up when you're flailing around.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You have to have a little propeller beanie on the top too, just for fun.
But there is a market. There is a market. We all know the industry has known that there is a market since the Pippin, the Apple's attempt to make a gaming console back in the 90s. I want to say it was still Power PC.
Right.
They've been trying to give that a crack. So everybody's taking a shot at it. Nobody's pulled it off, including Valve themselves. So I think they'll be able to go back and knock it out. And they got to get that price right, though. But here's the other thing. We were just talking about Xbox jacking up the price. They need to. Why the Steam Deck is so disruptive is that you can get the base model for $300.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
it's good enough.
Yeah. Like it's going to play your games, man. So if they can make a good enough, and if it's got upgradable graphics,
it's got, dude, I will take upgradable memory. Like honestly, if I can just like slap some DIMMs in there or some shit, I don't know.
Oh, dude. Okay, did you hear the report that they were going to quit making DDR4?
Really?
Yeah. Like
okay.
They were winding that down. It was supposed to happen at the end of this year, and they're like, "Yeah, it turns out we're not going to do that."
Yeah, because like, is there a compelling reason to go to DDR5 at this point? Like,
well, that's what I was like. Do you know how many AM4 systems are in the market right now, dude? Because of that forever socket. Well,
yeah, no, because like the 7000 series, those use DDR5, right? Or are they still on 4?
I don't know. I don't have anything running Well, I got an ARM board with DDR5 in it, but outside of that. Yeah, I haven't like bought DDR5 RAM yet.
I haven't bought RAM since I built this fucking computer, man. Like,
God. Yeah. It's not something you really think about unless like
not anymore. Like once upon a time when it's like, oh man, there's like actual you can get like an 8 gig stick now. Oh, like the kits are cheap. Like there was a reason to upgrade your RAM. Now you just build a computer like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw 64 gigs in there. It's fine.
At a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that still hurts my brain a little bit when you think, yeah, but you know what? I'm going to splurge and like get 128. Like that's even on the table.
Get the 128 kit. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not, yeah. Okay. It's going to be a little expensive, but you can afford it. If you want to.
I need to have 3 Chrome tabs open. Okay. I need it.
Is there anything? The only time I hit RAM is like using DaVinci Resolve. Any other time, this box with only 32 gigs of RAM, which at the time, back in my day was a lot of memory. I'm normally using like 8, maybe 10 gigs at most, unless I got a game open.
I get a lot of browser pages open. AWS, that the fucking AWS
Jockey.
pages love to eat up system memory. Yeah. Anything Microsoft related? Yeah.
That's a lot. Anyway, the reason I brought that up is your DDR prices, if you've been watching them, because I immediately started checking, and like all the vendors immediately started jacking up their remaining stock towards the end of the year, and it just kept on creeping up. That's coming back down. So just wait them back out because that's going back in production.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. As for final thoughts on like the fucking Fremont, I'll believe it when I see it. Right? Like, literally, we spent like 10 minutes at the start of this fucking podcast talking about how it's happening. It's happening. No, it's not. So like, when there is news, there will be news. Right?
There is news, but there's also always going to be room, people, for hope.
Opium.
Speculation. Don't let the internet be like, oh, you're just dealing with copium. And I'm like, motherfucker, let some people have a good time every now and then, all right? It's okay. It's not going to hurt you to let other people have a good time. I promise you. Try to keep that in mind.
The S in LSD stands for speculation.
I thought it was the number 13 or the V. I don't know, man. LSD. Don't do drugs, kids, unless they're free. Then just say maybe to drugs.
As long as the pharmaceutical companies are profiting, do drugs. Otherwise, don't.
On that bombshell. Do I got outro music? There we go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap us up for tonight. You can always find us over here on Twitch. What did you do on Thursday, man? I didn't even get a chance.
I just played Baldur's Gate 3 by myself.
How does that? Is it enjoyable by yourself? Or?
I like it fine by myself.
Is it like one of those things of like, all right, I don't have to deal with anybody right now. I can get this done and this done.
There is. I have a finer degree of control of what my party is doing. Yeah. But I like the social aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not better or worse. It's just different, right?
There's something to be said. It was like, I was really pissed off during the moment, but after all right, that was fun. All right,
there's definitely a lot of that when Sandy was on those streams where it was just like, oh my god, this thing is fucked up, but actually it's hilarious. Yeah. Now that I'm a little removed from it, yeah.
All right, you can get in touch with me. I'm just Vince Stone on the internet, man. You can find me on mass.interfacinglinux.com. You can find me on X. You can find me, what else? We got Blue Sky. I'm over there. You can find it. YouTube's interfacinglinux.com itself. Go check that out. Post in the forums. You got some questions, some thoughts. You want to see what's going on with me? I'll be over there doing that fun stuff.
I'm Jordan. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Face is kind of working this week. See me making some facial expressions on Twitch, I guess, but I'm mostly
you
on.
Find your 3DS and Fuse.
I do. It's right over there, actually. Follow me on Blue Sky at Frojo at bsky.app or on Mastodon Frojo at mass.linuxgamecast.com.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Have a great rest of your week. Get up to something and, Hashtag
Don't
maybe.
rip out your front USB ports.
Yep.
Don't do it.
You know what? I wouldn't mind losing the USB-C port. I never use that. Not the front one.
I use it for charging my phone sometimes if I need like a charger.
Oh, the desperate. Yeah, like. Yep,
yeah. We got to thank our advisors out there, and we got to thank our executive producers, Barbara M. Scott, Atomic, 134 and Drummer, and Tatargos. We got to thank our little Nicky fans, Eggy, Basil, and Empty.
Sea Monsters, up to and including John, Dirty D, and Angle, Dementors, System T, RL, Writer X, Machina, Nimaha, just dark, Veritinity, Truggy, Mike, and Kai Jora.
We got our chairlings, Becca, Tim, Euthanasia, Pedal Happy, Blasphemia, Ethan, Unoid, Oxford Coma, Monica, Steven, Paulo. Look at all these guys. Zin, Lynn Prof, Nick, and Sandy and Shoddy. Always holding up the rear, sniffing butts.
You know, there's nothing wrong with the old Libra pay butt lift, as I said.
Yep.
Yeah.
the LBL.
LBL, man.
The LPBL.
Yeah,
the LPBL. Yeah.
There we go. All right. Have a great rest of the week, everybody.
Toodles.
Dynafire.
Make them cheeps clap.
Gotta clap them cheeps. You're like,
cheeps.
What are you doing with my birds? Put them down. Like, but
5 dudes.